Oops. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you are listening to the sound of my voice, then you are tuned in for the first episode of season 2, Marking Out Amongst Friends. We are back. You know who I am. It's your boy Jay Reedy in the building. Also on the line, I have the wonderful, the beautiful co-host, Lady Great One. Lady Great One, say hi to the people.
What's up, everybody? It's been a minute. It's glad to be back. Hope y'all are excited to talk some wrestling.
We missed y'all. We sure as hell did. But I tell you what, before we get into anything else, hit my damn music. All right, that was hot. I like that. Wonderful.
Yeah, that was nice.
New music.
Nice.
Wonderful. Shouts out to the boy Darnell hooking us up with the beat, cooking up the lab, cooked us up something special just for us. By the way, shout out to Darnell, shout out to Quarantine Radio. We actually are going to be joining Quarantine Radio tonight for their podcast later on in the night. So definitely be on the lookout, be on the listen for that. We're going to post the link in the Marking Out Amongst Friends page. And for those who are listening who follow us on the Game Runners, we'll be posting that to the Game Runners page as well. There will be a line for you to call in to jump on, discuss. We'll be talking about some of the same things on tonight's show, some of the storylines and predictions going into Survivor Series weekend, as well as NXT. So without any further ado, talking about Survivor Series. Survivor Series is one of my favorite pay-per-views, Toya. You want to know why? Survivor Series, it's one of my favorite pay-per-views because it's like the all-star game of WWE. I mean, every match is not really much storylines being built around this. You're not really going to crown a whole lot of new champions at Survivor Series. It's pretty much the red versus the blue, just like you see anything else, East versus West, AFC versus NXT. You know, so I mean, you know, it's one of my favorite pay-per-views because it's just about pure fun. It's like an all-star game. You get a lot of dream matches. You know, we'll get Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan this weekend. Who would have ever thought that we were going to be able to get to see that match?
I mean, considering how over the last couple of years, Daniel Bryan had retired due to injury, fought his way back. Like Bree said, he fought for his dreams. And if you don't stop fighting for your dreams won't stop fighting for you. Okay, sorry. I had to pull that out there.
When you wish upon a star. That was an epic. That whole back and forth with Triple H was epic. But without any further ado, let's get into some of the, into the matches. We'll probably just give you a couple of predictions. We won't spend a whole lot of time going over every single match. Really more so about the high-profile matches. First and foremost, the match that everybody's been buzzing about since forever is no longer on the card. So women's champion Ronda Rousey versus SmackDown Women's Champion Becky Lynch off the card. Now we have Rousey, and we have filling in for Becky Lynch, Charlotte. Now, a lot of people are very upset, not only that we're not going to get to see Becky Lynch, compete, but from what happened leading up to her not being able to compete. So as you know, if you guys watched Raw this week, Becky Lynch and the SmackDown ladies absolutely came and decimated the Raw women's roster Monday night. First of all, great momentum. A lot of build towards Becky Lynch. But unfortunately, in that whole scuffle, Nia Jax hauled off and punched Becky Lynch in the face for real, busted her open. Even amongst all of that, she still walked around with the war paint. What'd you think of that?
Man, I'm sorry, but she just got laid the F out. Nia Jackson straight turned and just laid her the F out. That's all I can say. I'm trying to be a little bit more PG this season. So if I do get a little hype, it might slip out there a little bit. But I'm trying to be a little bit more PG this season for the boys and girls. But yeah, back on that. Yeah, Naya has had a reputation for being quite careless in the ring. There's been a building list of female superstars that she has injured in some way, shape, or form, and Becky Lynch is just another casualty here in this situation. I really, really hate it because I was hyped to see the man versus Ronda Rousey. I mean,
Mm.
just the way that SmackDown did come in there, and all you hear was just the scuffle in the back, and you see Ronda on her stomach, Becky over her in the disarmer. I mean, it was great, and we went full steam ahead. Obviously, I'm Team Blue here. Raw's won enough. I'm gunning for the underdogs. I'm gunning for SmackDown on this one, and so yeah, it was just kind of disappointing there to see not be able to see this match. However, we do get a WrestleMania match that I think was going to happen already at Survivor Series between Charlotte and Ronda Rousey.
Hmm.
So
So from this,
it's like the
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
oh
You
oh
on the
it's okay.
roll?
I was wrapping it up. I was wrapping it up. It's like the lesser of two evils, so to speak. Not really, but she is still the man. So in order to beat the man, you got to beat the man. But the man is just gonna have to wait to get her revenge. All right, and go ahead.
Oh no. So I mean, I think that for this match, I mean, like you said, this is a potential Mania match that we're now getting early. Um, we're not above seeing impromptu matches happen at Survivor Series. Of course, last year, um, we had Jinder Mahal set to go against Brock Lesnar at the last minute. Jinder Mahal drops the title to AJ Styles, and then we get AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar. In similar fashion, AJ Styles loses his title right before Survivor Series, and Daniel Bryan is up next. So now we get Daniel Bryan versus Brock. So as far as the first two matches that we're going, and by the way, you said your team blue. I'm going to be team red this weekend just because SmackDown already got the crown at Crown Jewel, so to speak, with Shane McMahon winning the Best in the World tournament.
Boo. I will say that. I'm talking about just for the women. I'm Team Blue. Okay, just for the women, I'm Team Blue. For the men, I mean, you can't go against Braun Strowman. I mean, come on now. I love the Miz to death, but Miz versus Braun Strowman, come on now. I don't even know really who's all on the field. Who is it? It's Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and who's the fifth guy? Elias or Bobby Lashley? Oh yeah, Bobby Booty Lashley. So yeah, and I had to say Bobby Booty Lashley because that's what his big thing has been doing now is bending over and showing off that gluteus maximus. It's all muscle and like I'm sorry, even from a woman's standpoint, he still looks like a generic starting off character with a headband and sunglasses. If you played a video game, I'm sorry, but yeah. And then on Team SmackDown, you have Shane O'Mac for what's this, the third year in a row now on the
I
Survivor
mean,
Series team? Shane McMahon.
I've come to the realization now that as long as Shane McMahon is back, he's going to insert himself into everything. I might not like it, but I mean, it's just that's how we're going to go. That's the way it's going to roll. Um, Honestly, I can't. Like I said, with Shane McMahon winning that whole Best in the World tournament, which was a bunch of monkey crap, I can't really rock with Team SmackDown right now until I get that sour taste out of my mouth. So I'm definitely going to be going for Team Raw this weekend. First match that we discussed here, Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. I'm definitely picking Rousey. I mean, Charlotte right now, with her not being the champion, and with Rousey being the number one woman in the company, the head B word in charge, so to speak. Trying to be a little more appropriate as well with my language. I don't see Ronda losing this match.
Daddy in charge.
I don't see Ronda losing this match. So I mean, I'm definitely gonna go Ronda Rousey on this one. Who you got?
Actually, I see some form of interference, intervening, something. I just have a feeling. I don't know if it's going to be like a clean win for Ronda. Um, I'm not saying that it's going to be a clean loss for Charlotte either, but I just have a feeling that they're going to have to throw something in there, and by that way I mean like, hello, you still have Sasha and Bailey a little pissed off because of what happened with the Raw women. So four horsemen, maybe more shades towards this possibly future match. I don't know. But I just have a feeling it's not going to be as clean and easy as you're thinking.
I am definitely. Uh, I definitely can get with what you're saying. I just don't see Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey's the biggest woman in the company right now. I can't see her losing that match. Next match on the card. Once again, we already mentioned the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. Who do you have in this match? Do we get Daniel Bryan coming away with a victory over the Beast Incarnate, or will we see more of the same of Brock's usual competitors in this match?
Well, I mean, as much as I would like to see Daniel Bryan uh, winning this match, it's not going to happen. Um, I'm sorry, even if it is the Cinderella story of the century for WWE, Daniel Bryan coming back. The only way that he can beat him really is through